Welcome back once again to our channel, and this is our second video on Mendeley. This time I'm going to teach you how to do custom referencing, and I'm going to use as a case study the referencing style for UESTC. And so enjoy this tutorial. And so first, let's go ahead. We are basically going to pick up the custom file for our referencing. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So first, you can check down the description button in our channel. Actually for this video, and you're going to see the link to the custom file. That is, if you're actually from UESTC, you may actually need this. Otherwise, you may have to consult a very good friend of mine who did this custom coding, and he'll be able to help you. So you can hit up in a comment and he'll be able to probably code it according to your school's referencing style. So let's quickly pick it up. I have two files here. These are actually the referencing style for UESTC, but we're currently going to use this one. Okay, so if you go to my GitHub channel, you're going to actually find this file there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go ahead and copy it directly, and this is what we do. Now we go ahead to Windows, Drive C, and we go to users. Now you should make sure that you have already checked your view to allow for hidden extensions or hidden files. And so we continue to go to now here your main admin name for your PC. Okay, so here I go ahead, I have my name like this, and I go ahead to look for app data, this one. And then I click on it and I come to local, and then I go ahead to look for Mendeley. So now you're only going to do this search for Mendeley when you have already had your custom.csl file as in coded with respect to your school's referencing format. And actually by the help of our brother Bright Arjemine, we've been able to do this coding for UESTC, and so this file is available in my GitHub. You can get it later and then follow this process. So now we are here, Mendeley desktop. We go on and then we look for citation styles 1.0, and we just leave the file here. Okay, so once we are done, we just go back to Mendeley. And then we have to go and check up and see whether this referencing style has appeared over here in Mendeley. Now we do not see it, so in order to check up and see it's there, let's close it and maybe open Mendeley again. All right, so let's try and see. Okay, more styles here. Now we see UESTC. Now that's the referencing style I put in that file. Now you can see the author is Bright Arjemine. He's a very good guy who helped us with this. So now we use this style. So now we're not going to use IEEE again. We're now going to use UESTC style. All right, so we just say done. And that's it. We should now be able to do referencing according to UESTC style. So here you can see this is the referencing style for IEEE. And now I'm just going to go ahead and write something else like, okay, so here we go. And now I'm just going to refresh a little bit, and it's by the same process. Now right after refreshing, you can see that this referencing style has changed anyway. But then I'm just going to go ahead and choose what we have already added, and that's the UESTC style. So I just say, okay, use this style, and I say done. Okay, so now the referencing style is going to go by UESTC formats. Now you can see that once I selected the style, the referencing for the in-word referencing has changed. Now it's like an APA-script according to UESTC style. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a second reference so that you can see how it goes. Now you can see that this referencing style is actually different from the IEEE style that I did in the previous video. So let's just go ahead and do another insert. So we can search by topic or we search by author, and we go ahead and search for one paper that I quoted with a friend here. Here we go. So we just okay, let me just go over again. So I typed the name of the first author, okay, and then I get the paper and I say okay. Now you can see that once I just added the second referencing, it was automatically updated in the referencing section. So it actually means that there's no need to come back to the referencing section to put anything like number 2 and go ahead to whatever. It's just Mendeley is just going to do it for you, and you're just going to be free. So just being able to just say insert citation and call your reference by title or by author, and you should be able to have it following up just like that. And then now every referencing style is just going to be according to the UESTC format, and then I'm sure you should be fine with this. So that is basically how to do the UESTC referencing. And of course, this video is also going to be helpful for anyone who thinks his school has a custom referencing style. But of course, if you think you may have to get some help with the coding of the .csl file, then you can just hit up a comment in our channel. Then we're going to reach out to you and do this for you. All right, so let me just quickly go ahead and then add up this one, how to do entry manually, so for example, I want to reference a file, but I do not have the rights to download it from a certain journal. So first, what I can do is that, or for example, I picked up an information from Wikipedia. So what can I do? How do I do the referencing? So here, basically, I can just go ahead to say file, add entry manually. Now I get type journal title. Here you can see book session, case, computer program, blah blah blah. So here I can just choose what I want. So here I can choose journal article, or now let's look for something like conference proceedings, or maybe book. Okay, so we can choose book, and then it asks for the title of the book. So maybe his friend, something like that. Then we have to put in the name of the author Francis. All right, and then we say, okay, what's the year? We just put it there. All right, and the number of pages, you just say maybe 1 to 500 or something. Okay, so if you want to write other things, you can go ahead and do it, and more importantly, maybe you can add the URL and and then also you can add the ISBN and DOI. All right, so once you're done with that, just say save. Okay, then you see Francis appears in your file document. So there was no need to download actually the file. You just did a manual entry, and you should be able to reference Francis in your documents. So simple. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to call Francis. I say insert citation Francis. So here is it. Francis is here, his friend. Then okay, now I get Francis as Francis is number 4 in my referencing table. And it's simple. That is how it is. Very, very simple. Okay, so another thing is that with Mendeley, I mean, maybe this is the last thing, you can do a search online for a particular paper. Maybe I can just do literature search, it's like Internet of Things. And it's also going to take a longer time. All right, so this is how to do it now. All these stuffs are from the internet, actually, probably maybe from the journals that you cannot download files from. Okay, so this search space is actually used to search for files which are already in the library. But then if you want to search for files on the internet, to the literature search, and then type in the title of the article, and then you search for the author and other specifics that lets you know this is the paper you were talking about. Then you can just go ahead and say, okay, this is it. For example, I choose this and I say save reference. Now, what happens is that it is automatically added to my library. So if I go to all documents, now I should see it here. So I can search for it here, Internet of Things. All right, so here is it. Okay, so just go ahead to do the insert and I say Internet of Things. Okay, so it's here. And I say, okay, then yeah, here it is. It comes. It appears nicely and it follows the same formatting style as the school actually prefers. So I wish you all the best, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and in the next video, we're going to talk more deeply about other configurable settings in Mendeley. And so I hope to meet you again. Bye-bye.